Trailblazers with their best third quarter of this NBA Finals series as they come up with 29 points. They outscore the Bulls 29-20 to lead by 15.
When you go back to game 1 and 2 in this building, 17 points in game 1, 16 in game 2 in the third quarter. Their high so far was a 24-point third quarter last game.
So the fourth quarter is underway. The Blazers hoping to tie the series at 3. That pass intended for Hansen, and a foul called on Ainge, his second. Blazers 11 for 21. Good shooting third quarter. The Bulls 8 of 17. Rick Allen providing a rest for Clyde Drexler. Kevin Duckworth has returned. Here's Hansen. That's a 3. Bobby Hansen with his third three-pointer of the series. Hansen on the floor with Michael Jordan getting some time off. Kersey for Robinson. And Kersey stopped by Hansen. Bulls asking for a flagrant foul.
I think the referee has called a flagrant foul. They'll shoot these free throws and get the ball out of bounds on the side. If there's not an intent to play the ball, instead playing the body, they're going to call that flagrant foul. As King goes up, Kersey rotating over, comes down with the right arm. That follow-through of the right arm is what is going to determine whether or not it's a flagrant foul. Kersey has already been called for one flagrant foul previously in the finals. Rick Adelman doesn't quite agree with the call, obviously.
Stacey King, a 75% free throw shooter. As Kersey involved on that flagrant foul of Scott Williams. And that led to the heated discussion between Danny Ainge and Jerome Kersey. Stacey King, you recall, involved with Danny Ferry back in the series against Cleveland.
You're looking on the floor at Chicago's team, the only starter out there, Scottie Pippen. Sometimes coaches, when they realize their starting unit is out of sync, they make a change. They go with the second unit, second group as they call it, and hope that they can shake things up.
Drexler back. Pippen able to elude Drexler, who did not want to pick up his fifth. So the Bulls have come out roaring at the start of the fourth. The Blazers now lead by 9.
And after that basket, Rick Adelman started to signal timeout, but changed his mind and let him play through it.
Cliff Robinson has 10. Portland leads 81-70. King fouled by Duckworth. That's number 5 on Kevin Duckworth.
When you're matched up and you're playing Stacey King, you have to play him strong for the left-hand drive. He's not going to put the ball down with his right hand and try and beat you to the basket.
Now Portland takes a timeout. We'll be right back. And John Paxson has done the job tonight. He's hit 6 of 9 for 13 points, including 1 from downtown. Stacey King back to the line. The crowd detecting the possibility of a run by the Bulls, who have been sparked by this unit. Stacey King, Scott Williams, Scott Pippen up front with Bobby Hansen and B.J. Armstrong in the backcourt. Chicago now 12 of 18 from the line. Portland has been perfect. They've hit all 15. So the Bulls, chipping away, have cut that 17-point Portland lead down to 9. Pressure by Chicago.
to stroke that one.
Shot clock to 4. Pippen, yes. The Blazers 81. The Bulls 74. And the Bulls are doing it without Michael Jordan on the floor. A double dribble called by Mike Mathis. He hesitated. Scottie Pippen gave the indication, and then the call was made.
Sometimes you just want to be sure that it's the right call before you make it. Scottie Pippen has Drexler down low, uses his size, just muscle it up inside on the post-up move.
Michael Jordan cheering on his team from the bench. A 10-2 run by Chicago, and off that turnover, it will be Chicago ball when we resume.
Mark, I disagree with that last call. You can always pick up a fumbled basketball. He did not try to re-dribble the ball. He lost control, fumbled it, picked it up off the ground. You're allowed to do that.
And the Trailblazers certainly felt that it was a wrong call. You may have seen the reaction of Rick Adelman. But on the turnover, it comes back to Chicago. They pulled within 7. Phil Jackson staying with this unit. Armstrong. Yes. The Portland lead is down to 5. 9 minutes to go in the 4th. Offensive foul on Portland. It's called on Buck Williams.
It's got to be the toughest thing to stay within what you were doing the whole game when every call, everything seems to be going against you. It takes terrific concentration to try and hold and maintain a lead, particularly in this building.
All right, King, yes! Buck Williams tried to draw the foul. The Bulls with it 3. And they've done it with Michael Jordan sitting out. Portland calling for time.
King down in the low post, gets to a point where he starts to make his move to the middle. Buck gives it the flop, falls down. You don't want to fall on the floor that close to the basket.
This crowd senses that it is slipping away from the Portland Trailblazers. Yes, it is very tough to repeat. Only 4 teams have been able to do it. The Minneapolis Lakers, the LA Lakers, the Boston Celtics, and the Detroit Pistons. The Chicago Bulls trying to repeat another Portland turnover. Chicago in the midst of a 14-2 run this 4th quarter. They've hit 5 out of 5 from the field. Michael Jordan has returned. Here's King. Rebounded by Buck Williams. The Blazers have led by as many as 17. They led by 15 at the start of this 4th quarter. It's Drexler. He has 20, and the Blazers now lead by 5.
Now's the decision-making time for Phil Jackson. How long do you go with this unit on the floor? They got you right back in the game. They've used up a lot of energy to do that, and they're not used to playing extended minutes. When do you bring back your main unit?
Armstrong for 3. And it will be Portland ball. may have gotten away with a travel. Pippen met by Buck Williams. Takes him one-on-one and lost it. Good play by Kersey. Porter trying to push it down. The Bulls able to get back. 7 minutes to go in this fourth quarter, and the Blazers lead by 5. Foul called on Armstrong.
BJ realized that he was in trouble. He got caught guarding Kersey. He took the foul right away rather than let Jerome score a basket right there. Portland must remain aggressive. They must continue to attack, get on the offensive board, get second shot opportunities, play the way they did when they built up that lead.
Here's Drexler. And a troubling violation called on Pippen.
Well, Clyde Drexler had the right idea. Put it on the floor, take it to the basket, try and get the official to blow a whistle to get to the free throw line, build up points that way. But even though no call, they got right back again by the travel taking place. Drexler trying to get it to the front of the rim. No call is made. He misses the shot. But then afterwards, you had a travel, which gives the ball back to Portland.
Robinson forced to a very difficult shot.
Not the type of shot you want at that time.
Here's Pippen.
Rick Adams is signaling to his team, move the basketball, pass the basketball. Don't just stop after one pass.
Very tentative pass by Kersey, and Jordan comes up with it. And the Bulls will regroup. Pippen trying to post up. Shot clock at 8. Drexler playing with 4. Here's Jordan. Look out of his calls for time. The Chicago Bulls have come back from a 17-point deficit. They are down by only 1 with just under 6 minutes to go in the fourth. The Blazers down to 1 timeout remaining.
And the key thing is that the next mandatory timeout, in other words, when the game is stopped because of its protocol with the NBA, at a certain point it stops. 2:59 is the mark. They only have 1 left, so they have to space it out wisely.
Protocol meaning a television timeout.
Yes. TV timeout.
Get those commercials in so they can pay your salaries on. Chicago with an 18-4 advantage in this fourth quarter. The Blazers have led most of the way. Portland wants a goaltend. Porter was fouled by Armstrong. They will not get the goaltend call.
Take the ball to the basket, try and draw the foul, try and quiet the crowd. Portland wanted the goaltend call. No goaltend.
Terry Porter is 5 for 5 from the line. So Portland 16 of 16 from the foul line.
Their claim was, Portland, that the backboard was touched while the ball was up on the glass. If that's the case, it should be a goaltend then if it's touched while the ball is on the glass.
B.J. Armstrong sitting down, replaced by John Paxson. B.J. leads with 6 points. Paxson has had the hot hand throughout. Portland by 2. The Blazers 85. The Bulls 82. Chicago back to Jordan and Paxson at the guards. Pippen, King, and Williams up front. Stacey King has played a major role. Shot clock to 5. Down to 3. Pippen for 3. 24 for Pippen. Hitting the three-pointer with the shot clock down to 2. Terry Porter able to come back. That's his 7th field goal. He has 22. The Blazers 87. The Bulls 85.
Portland played defense as well as you can play. Pippen just knocked down a sensational shot.
Just under 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Michael Jordan. Yes. The game is tied at 87. Jordan has 25. The Trailblazers hoping to send this series to a 7th and final game Wednesday here in Chicago. Drexler rejected by Scott Williams. Jordan for three. Rebounded by Pippen. The Blazers and Bulls tied at 87. The backdoor pass picked off on the deflection. Jordan with the steal. The first time Chicago has led since the opening minutes when they had a 4-2 lead. Here's Drexler. And the game is tied at 89.
Something that Chicago has done throughout the series is hang in on the rebounders. You must pay attention and protect the basketball.
Jordan unhappy with the hand checking of Drexler. King played by Williams. Stacey King. Crowd wanted offensive interference. We're approaching 3 minutes to go in the fourth. Drexler. Scott Williams comes up hobbling as Chicago calls for time. Chicago opened this fourth quarter with a 14-2 run, and they did it with Michael Jordan on the bench for the first 3.5 minutes of the fourth. Phil Jackson going with a hybrid lineup, and it worked. The Blazers and Bulls tied at 89. Chicago gunning for its second straight NBA championship. Portland trying to tie the series, hoping to extend to a 7th game here in Chicago on Wednesday. Shot clock down to 5. Jordan, that was deflected short by Drexler. And Buck Williams able to come away with it.
And again, Scottie Pippen slapping at the basketball after Buck came up with the rebound. Remember, the advantage now in timeouts, definitely on Chicago's side.
Here's Williams. He was set up beautifully, but missed the layup.
We mentioned earlier the number of layups and inside shots that they have missed, Portland. You have to convert those.
Scottie Pippen does convert to give Chicago a 91-89 lead. 2:15 remaining in the fourth.
I'm kind of missing where Jerome Kersey has been offensively for the last portion of the game.
Porter stripped by Paxson, and it will be Chicago ball. Ed Rush says it was knocked out of bounds by Terry Porter.
Porter on the way up, Paxson with the hand in there to strip, and then out of bounds on the sideline.
A minute 50 to go in the fourth. Chicago with a 2-point lead. Drexler playing with 4. Shot clock at 3. Yes! And a timeout called with a minute 39 remaining in the fourth.
The reason that you can't double team back on Michael quickly is because Paxson is standing right outside. He gets a great look, knocks it down from short range.
Portland has taken its final timeout. Chicago has outscored Portland 29-10 in the fourth quarter as they've come back from a 17-point deficit. In the history of the NBA Finals, the largest lead at the end of 3 quarters with a team coming from behind to win was 12. The San Francisco Warriors trailed Philadelphia 96-84 back in April of 1967. And San Francisco came back to win the game. Chicago trailed by 15, 79-64, going to this fourth quarter.
Now, I mentioned before about Jerome Kersey. His last score was with 5:22 left in the third quarter. He has 22 points at that time and still has 22.
Here's Drexler, rejected by Williams, but a foul is called. Michael Jordan called for the foul, and Clyde Drexler will go to the line.
The Chicago defense is a suffocating defense. When you make a move on the interior, they always have people there to challenge. Williams' block was good. The foul was called on the way up on Michael Jordan.
Drexler 6 of 6 from the line. He has 23 points, and the Blazers 18 of 18 from the free throw line. The Bulls by 3. 1:31 to go in the fourth. It's a 2-point lead. Portland has used all its timeouts. Ames staying with Pippen in the backcourt.
You dig in now defensively, you must get a stop. There's plenty of time in the basketball game for Portland to come back, tie it, and take the lead.
Shot clock at 10. And a hold on Drexler. That is his fifth. Is a non-shooting foul.
Clyde, realizing that they have a foul to give before it becomes bonus, takes one outside before Michael can turn the corner.
1:13 remaining in the fourth. Bulls get the new 24. Both teams have 4 team fouls.
They've been isolating Michael on that left side of the floor. Here's where he knocked down the jump over Clyde last time.
Scott Williams takes the shot. That is not what the Bulls had in mind. Drexler. And it's called a jump ball. Drexler thought he was fouled.
Well, you had Chicago who wanted an offensive foul call. Portland wanted the foul call. Both players had established their position. Williams was under the rim. You're not going to get a charge in the NBA that close to the rim. Drexler wanted the call on the rotating Grant, hitting him on the right side.
49 seconds remaining fourth quarter. The Bulls 93, the Blazers 91.
Grant will try and drop it between Jordan and Williams on a safety tap right here if he can get it.
Mathis attempting to line them up. And the call is Portland ball, deflected out by Chicago. And Rush conferring with Hugh Evans, who had another angle, and they've changed the call. The ball goes to Chicago.
Well, Buck gets it in there late, and it's Clyde who sticks that right hand up and touches Clyde's hands evidently on the way out of bounds.
The Bulls with the ball and a 2-point lead.
You don't foul now. You dig in and get a stop.
Here's Jordan. The Bulls 95, the Blazers 91. Drexler for 3. Kept alive by Kersey. And the foul is called. It's on Pippen. Chicago over the limit.
Portland never rotates over in time as Michael comes from the right side of the floor. It was an isolation created almost by happenstance. It was there. Michael took advantage of it, saw the opening, took it to the rim.
Michael Jordan coming on in the second half. He has 31. Portland is 19 for 19 from the line. Kersey on the line for the first time. Kersey, a 66% free throw shooter. Cliff Robinson checking in. Replacing Danny Ainge. 27 seconds to go in the fourth. The Bulls lead it by 3.
You have John Paxson boxing out Terry Porter outside the three-point line. You have Michael Jordan paying attention to Drexler so that Portland doesn't miss on purpose, and those guys come flying in. You must be 6 feet behind to give the shooter room as to where you can line up.
It's a 2-point Chicago lead. Pressure by the Blazers. Drexler playing with 5 fouls, going for the steal against Jordan. Now Jordan met by Porter. There's a 2-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. And now the foul given by Porter.
See, they have no timeouts left, so it's not like they can advance the ball to the half-court line after it. So you go for the steal in the backcourt, and then once it gets over the 10-second line, you must foul so that you get a chance to at least come back and score. You hope that they miss their free throw opportunities.
Michael Jordan is 3 of 3 from the line. He's an 83% free throw shooter. 11 and 8/10 seconds to go in the fourth. The Bulls lead by 2. Chicago 96, Portland 93. The Blazers do not have any timeouts left.
Portland placing 2 players down the floor to try and get a quick hurry-up offense going after this free throw.
4-point Chicago lead. Drexler was checking, thought there might have been a timeout remaining. Here's Kersey for 3. Paxson with the rebound. Time running down. The Chicago Bulls have won the NBA championship for the 2nd straight season.
Somewhere in the bedlam of the Chicago Bulls locker room, Bob Costas surrounded by the commissioner, Jerry Krause, the general manager, the principal owner, Jerry Reinsdorf, Phil Jackson, the coach. Go ahead, Commish, with the official presentation of the Larry O'Brien Trophy.
1 is great, 2 is almost impossible. Congratulations, Chicago. It was a great series and a great year.
Thanks, Commissioner. Commissioner, a year ago, you gave us the first trophy. I can't believe a whole year has gone by. Last year was satisfying because a great general manager did a lot of things that weren't popular and we won. But this is even better because it establishes the Bulls as one of the upper echelon teams of all time. I can't tell you how happy I am.
Jerry, a quick comment on the team you helped to build.
Just the happiest moment in many, many years. Oh, it feels so good, buddy.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Let's turn to Coach Phil Jackson. Phil, is it possible to evaluate which of these 2 championships required more of your coaching skill?
No. These players last year took it on themselves. This year, everybody had to dig it out to win. And this game tonight was typical of a team comeback, and we had to play great team ball to win.
How about the lineup you went with during a stretch where you outscored them 14-2 with Michael on the bench? Williams and Hansen, and thank you very much.
All right, Rob. Yes, it was a lineup in which we just had to get some energy out there. We were tired. Our defense wasn't stepping up. We needed some energy from their kids, and they came out and really helped us go.
I'm sure you'd like to say something about the Trailblazers. Rick Alleman was upset about the notion that either the Bulls win or lose, but the Trailblazers are kind of their foils, and tonight the Trailblazers did themselves proud.
Oh, they're a great team. There's no doubt about their team effort. They played better on the road tonight than they did at home, and you got to give them a lot of credit for that, Bob.
All right, let's go over to Scottie Pippen, who is nearby. Scottie. Whoa. Hang on, Cliff. Scotty, there had been some criticism of you not playing up to last year's form. You were big in the 7th game against the Cavaliers. You were huge, especially in the 4th quarter tonight.
But I've been always able to bounce back, and I think my teammates is a big part of that because they've always been behind me and helped me, you know, when the critics were down on me. That's why I really appreciate this championship now.
That's
I
why
really get a lot of critics off my back.
Baby.
I still got a few more months of the Olympics to deal with it, but I just appreciate my teammates being able to step forward and help me out.
Yeah.
Horace Grant, the nucleus of this ball club is very young, averaging around 27. I know you're basking in the celebration here, but this team could be a very, very good team for a long time.
Oh, definitely. We're a very young team, and we have some young players on here. And we just went out and took it. Yes. Yes, baby.
Bobby, a big three-pointer in the middle of the run, and then you stripped Kersey underneath. That was part of a run in which you were on the floor with some unlikely teammates in a 14-2 stretch.
That's what we prepared the whole year for, Bob, and we just hung together down 16, 17 points, and yeah, this guy carried us home, but we needed a little momentum shifter at that time. We got it with the three-pointer, and it's great to be a part of it.
Michael, you told me the other night in Portland, this one would be more relief. The other one was exhilaration. You still feel the same?
It is, man. It's just so gratifying for me personally. You know, I went through a lot of hard times this year, but you know, I stayed strong. Everybody supported me. You know, we played well today. I'm glad for Bobby Hansen. He was the only guy that didn't have it. I'm glad for him.
There were stretches in the playoffs where you had to carry your team. You were the high scorer again tonight, but you got help, especially from Scotty.
Everybody contributed. Scotty was a real big emphasis in the 3rd and 4th quarter, and you know, I had a rough first half, but these guys carried us, and you know, I was able to get in there in the 4th quarter and help pull it through. So you know, it was a good team effort.
I think, Michael, we've got a package here of some of the baskets you scored down the stretch. From the time that Pippen's 3 tied it at 85, you and Scotty got all the points.
Yeah, we played well. You know, we were the 1-2 combination all year long. And I've always said that, you know, Scotty takes pressure off me as much as I take pressure off him. So, you know, we played extremely well down the stretch, both of us. Here I was able to get a steal as Scotty blocked out Buck Williams and got the dunk, and, you know, that put us up 2 points. So it was a good effort by everybody, you know. I just tried to post up. You know, I learned from the lesson when, you know, game 4 when Drexler knocked that away from me. So I was prepared, and here I go to the hole, you know, trying to get a foul or get a layup, you know. So it was a good effort. I'm glad they gave me a chance to redeem myself.
And this is the free throw that seals it. What was going through your mind at this moment?
If I don't make these free throws, they're going to haunt me for the rest of my life. So I was really concentrating on it.
You started very slowly. I think you had 2 points in the first quarter, and the Trailblazers were all over you guys for 3 periods.
I know. You know, I was going to be very passive and see how the other guys played early. But I got in a bad rhythm myself, and, you know, they played extremely well defensively, and somehow we got it going. And once we got it going, there was no stopping us.
Did you have a chance to say anything to Drexler or he to you?
No, I was too elated. You know, I'm going to go over and say hello. You know, I mean, say thank you. It was a great competition. You know, it was tough luck, but somebody had to lose. I'm glad it was us.
Michael, congratulations.
Thank you.